How's it, guys? We're behind the wheel again, as you can tell, and we are buckled up for safety. I had to run an errand real quick this afternoon, and as I was settling up to get my butt in gear to get over to Smyrna, I thought that it would be a good opportunity to just record these random thoughts as they occur to me when I drive. I tend to do a lot of thinking when I'm behind the wheel of the car. So I don't know if we're gonna call this part of these things, like, you know, the car confessionals, or road wisdom, or I don't know, using your road head if you want to get risque with the title. But I tend to come up with a lot of ideas, just like some people, and I'm one of them as well, come up with their best ideas in the shower. A lot of times when I'm driving, I tend to come up with some of my best ideas, or the connections that form in my head seem to be a lot more powerful when I'm behind the wheel of a car. And today, my errands involve something that is a little, used to be a little touchy for me. You see, I was supposed to be involved in an upcoming production of a musical theater piece at one of the local theaters, pardon me. And due to my health concerns, due to my surgery and kind of the ramifications thereafter, I didn't feel comfortable or as if I was going to be in a position physically to give as much to the show as I thought it deserved. So for that reason, I had to step away from a role that I was really excited to do, even though it was a bad guy, and I'm not usually like keen on playing villains too much. I was excited about this one because he's a very comedic villain. The role I'm referring to is that of Mr. Wormwood, which, if you're unfamiliar, is the dad in Matilda, the musical. One of the local theaters, the Smyrna Opera House, is doing a production of it. Shout out to my friends at the Smyrna Opera House, Lennon, if you're watching this, so much. And I'm on my way to go hopefully catch her before she leaves for the day. So what I'm doing at the moment is driving to the Opera House to return my script. Their shows start, I believe, next weekend. I know I had friends that had pre-purchased tickets to come see me next weekend in the show, and I had to make those calls to say, hey, listen, I'm not going to be a part of the production. Please still go and support the efforts and all of the hard work of everybody who has been involved in this thing from top to bottom. You know, all of the actors, and also everyone behind the scenes, the musical director, the backstage and support crew. Everybody has worked their tails off to make this show such a great and wonderful representation of the stage musical. So it did sting a little bit to have to step away, and it stings even more to have to return the script for a show that I was so excited to be a part of. But when you're dealing with community theaters, when you're dealing with small scale budgets as opposed to those large Broadway productions, they are often operating on less than a shoestring budget. I mean, they are stretching every penny in whatever ways they can fathom, just to keep ticket sales affordable, or just to be able to afford the rights to perform this show in their community. Because performing arts rights, guys, in case you're not aware, especially if it is a popular show, they don't come cheap. So if you want to get the ability to do one of these shows in your backyard, sometimes you have to pay a pretty penny to do that. And when you're operating with largely a volunteer staff and such, every penny counts, especially in this economy that we're in currently. So I wanted to make sure that that they were not on the hook for the $25 or whatever the company would charge them if I decided that I wanted to keep my script as a souvenir. done many times in the past, and 99.9% of the time I do it with the permission of the directors, or I will pay the cost of the script. I'm not going to say that was always the case, but 99% of the time I made sure that everybody was okay with me keeping whatever scripts I kept. But again, this one is very different, and the way that I'm approaching it is very different. At the end of the day, I don't need to hold on to this little book on my bookshelf, you know. And by me doing so, it would be a detriment to their bottom line. So I wanted to make sure that I did my part, so that they were not losing money due to my actions. But again, with this paradigm shift that I've been on, even that doesn't seem sufficient. So as somebody who was a part of the process, even though I'm not going to be on that stage performing and somebody else had to step into that role, and I'm sure he's going to do a wonderful job with it, I'm planning on going to see the show. So next Saturday, I will be in the audience supporting every single person who has, like I said, worked their ever-loving tails off to make this the best production that Smyrna could have. And I would encourage you to do the same. They've got shows next weekend. It's a perfect little sweet lead up to the Valentine's Day holiday, which is approaching really, really quickly. And you know, if you haven't gone out and seen live community theater, I would encourage you to do so, because just like what I've been trying to do on these videos recently, I can tell you firsthand that this show has got a lot of heart to it. And those people that are performing in it, they will make you laugh, they will make you think, and they will make you maybe even tear up a little bit, because it is a show with so much heart. And I know you've heard me say that same thing about Second Chance Stage when that show came out and was streaming on Max, dropped this past Thanksgiving. If you know me personally and you were aware of me before I started doing these things on the regular, you know that I was saying the same things about that show, that this was a show to sit down and watch with your friends and your loved ones, because the stories were inspiring. And yes, I was a part of it, but even if I wasn't, I would want to watch that show, because it was about never giving up on your dreams. It was about, you know, chasing that thing that we all want, that feeling of fulfillment. So just like I would encourage you, if you haven't watched that show yet, go check that out. It's streaming on HBO Max and the Magnolia Network, so if you have Hulu, you should be able to access it. I believe maybe it's even on YouTube TV now, because it's been a little while, but you can find it. It's produced by Chip and Joanna Gaines on their Magnolia Network. It's called Second Chance Stage. I've been honored and blessed to forge some really good friendships with some of the other contestants and some of the support staff, like Buck and Joey, the stylists for the show, who, guys, again, this stuff is all thanks to your efforts. Like, you started the ball rolling. You kicked the pebble down the hill that started the avalanche, and my buddy Joe picked up your baton and kept running with it. So the curated casual look, it all started with you guys. I just needed the swift kick in the butt to actually do something about it instead of just complaining. I'm getting off track though. Yeah, if you're not busy next weekend and you're looking for something fun to do in the area, I would suggest checking out the production of Matilda, the musical, which is going to be at the Smyrna Opera House. Tickets are on sale now. You can go to their website and get your tickets. It's a great show, and the tickets are really, really reasonably priced. That's one of the things that as community theater we really strive to do, is provide a high caliber show without you having to spend thousands of dollars to go take a trip to New York and see a Broadway musical. We try to bring that same experience and energy and enthusiasm to our stages right in your backyard, and do so for the cost or less than the cost of a meal for one at Applebee's. Not to knock Applebee's. I mean, hey, if you're eating good in the neighborhood, I'm not knocking it. So, yeah, guys, if you're not busy next weekend, or if you want to come say hi to me, I'll be in the audience next Saturday, the 8th, at the Smyrna Opera House. So, watch the show with me first. Don't talk during the show. But if you want to say hi to me, come up and say hi before or after. I'll be happy to shake your hand, give you a high five, fist bump, elbow bop, whatever. But yeah, I would encourage you, if you're not busy, why don't you come hang out with me next Saturday and watch Matilda at the Smyrna Opera House. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off for now because I am going to be there shortly. But I will catch you guys on the next one. Remember, it's your choice. Don't make today a good day. Make it a great one. And yeah, we'll see you on the next episode. Much love, guys. Take care of you today.